Welcome back. Well, it can be your first communication with a potential employer. We're talking about your cover letter, and a lot of people have questions on how to write them. And here with some tips for this month's Career Connection segment, we welcome back Reba Carroll, the Director of Career Services from Spencerian College. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You know, some of us were chatting last week when we knew this segment was coming up that it's one of those things that when you're applying for a job, so many people focus on the resume,
right,
and the cover letter becomes like an afterthought, but it shouldn't be that way,
right?
It's
imperative they go hand in hand. If you're going to send out a resume, you need to have a cover letter. Even online now, they're requesting a cover letter. So it's 1 page, 4 paragraphs, very simple. It's not difficult if you know how to do it. So you're going to start out telling the employer how you found out about the job, maybe drop a name of someone who works in the company if you know that, and then say why you are a good candidate for that position. The next part of the body is going to be talking about your skills. Now, you're not going to mirror the resume, but you're going to get more specific in the cover letter.
And that's what some people may be wondering about. They say, I feel like I put everything in my resume, and they should know all about me from that. But I've heard people say your cover letter is how you would introduce yourself if you met someone in person.
Right. Your personality needs to show through, and it needs to represent, the cover letter needs to represent you when you aren't there. So maybe you were a manager of manufacturing, but in the cover letter you're going to say maybe from 1999 to 2005 I improved productivity by 35%. Maybe you don't have room for that on the resume, but you could put that in the cover letter.
And there are some style things to keep in mind, just like with the resume you hear about different fonts and spacings and keeping it to a page.
Single page, single spacing rather. You're going to have a business format. You always want to use the name of the hiring person if you can get that name. You know, the days of to whom it may concern are over. You don't do that. Try to get a name. It makes it more personable. In your last paragraph, just remind them of your skills again and ask for an interview, ask for a meeting. Be a little bold, because this letter, you are promoting yourself, you are selling yourself, your skills. So, and then you're going to sign it with blue or black ink, not lavender or anything sparkly or anything like that, and then your type name under that. So it is a business letter, but you want your personality to show through. So it should have some warmth to it. A proof story talking about why you became interested in the field, things like that, make you more of a real person. Makes them want to read the resume.
Oh, that's a good point. And if folks are using the online system, you can usually just upload the
absolutely. You can put it in a Word document, for example, and then just attach it.
And if you're going the old-fashioned way and printing it out, you would always hear that your stationery should match your resume.
You should use resume paper, resume envelope, and a resume paper for the cover letter as well if you snail mail it. If you can, try not to do the trifold and just, send it in a 8x11 envelope, because it's smoother and easier. It will stand out from the rest of the resumes as well.
Well, wonderful advice as always. Thank you so much for giving us some tips on cover letters. And if you're interested in talking with the folks from Spencerian College, they are available to take questions that you may have and learn more about some of their career services. The phone numbers are listed there at the bottom of your screen. And you can always learn more about Spencerian by visiting the website listed there as well, spencerian.edu. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We will be right back with a check of news and weather at the top of the half hour.